Guys, it's Samp&Chance, and we know you love it, so it's time for another chance. It's top five wrestling or boxing or miscellaneous.
We're going to go with boxing today. Have a little fun. I want to hear the top five most hated guys in boxing and why. Give me a short soliloquy on that.
Oh wow, that's tough. All right, okay, so right off the top of my head, and I don't know if he's number one or number five, but I guess we're going downward. So Don King, just for the way he cheated everybody and just the dirtiness, the tactics that he applied. And he comes to my mind first because his card was on Friday. And how the money have fallen, considering you look at the production value of that card, and I watched it. I saw Broner's teeth get knocked out, but just the commentating, the speaker, the audio system is like a far cry from where this guy used to be.
Yeah.
Karma's a bitch, and it looked like it caught up with Don King. So at number five, Mr. Don King. Number four, and I'm not saying any of these people are bad. It's just, the perception majority of the public have. But I have to put Floyd on here just because he frustrated so many people, for being good at what he does. I mean, the name of the game is not to get hit, and he's one of the best to ever do it, but I can understand that. But the outside of the ring antics and all those kind of things combined, it can build a pretty deplorable picture.
And assaulting a woman and going to jail for it, that made him really hated.
Yeah, well, that can do that too to a guy, right? And to anybody. So number four, Floyd Mayweather. Number three, I guess, you know what? It's tough here, right? I mean, a lot of guys have done bad stuff, but I'm going to put, I think right now I'm going to have to go with, and this is going to shock a lot of people, but at the time, it probably made a lot of sense, Muhammad Ali. And now the reason I'm saying this is because he is the greatest of all time. He transcended the sport. He made the sport what it is today. But when he didn't decide to go to war, there was a certain amount of the population that probably hated him for that decision, for not being patriotic and not showing that, thing. We weren't there for it. We weren't alive, obviously. But I mean, I can assume there was a lot of hatred towards him for that. And in turn, that probably made him a hated individual. Because everyone that's hated also has its fans, right? Yeah. So you got to keep that in mind. That was number three. Number two, you know what? Again, this is going to shock people. I have to say Mike Tyson. Again, just for the things that he did outside of the ring that just made him a really bad person. And, he's beloved in the ring and he's beloved outside of it now. I think, everyone deserves chances to redeem. And he has done that. But, you know what? He did some unsavory things, and unfortunately he has to be on this list. For as loved as he was probably hated that much. Number one, most recently of all people, and I'm going to go with Ryan Garcia. And I say this because of all the antics that he's been pulling, the things that he's been doing. Most recently, vandalizing hotel rooms. Like, what's going on here, Ryan? Come on, brother. You're better than that. There's a lot of people who like him, but the people who like him, and I don't mean this with any disrespect, they're all bubblegum people. Kids that don't know any better. But if you look at the boxing people, adults and people, who love boxing in the way we do, he can't be really savored that much right now. And I go with Ryan Garcia as number one. It's a tough list, man. I mean, they're all loved in their own ways, but each guy had a lot of heat on them as well. So there you go. That's my top five guys with most hated boxers. There you go. Guys, if you like that top five, make sure to tune in because more and more is coming on the way. Samp&Chance out.